And welcome, Wildcats fans, for the second game. They are going up against ULL, and it's a screenplay on the first, and they give it to the tight end. Now, they actually worked with a few screenplays in practice earlier this week to see how the freshman would load up. Freshman just runs through the offensive line, but gets pushed over, and they pick up a first. And ULL rocking their new jerseys for this year. And for some reason, the freshman hasn't tackled his own player. Looks like he can't tell blue from white. Nah. But the freshman did show some amazing plays on his freshman debut. But this is actually his real test. How he does actually against a real college team. And he dove for the QB, but pressured him to make him throw it away. And now, Eddy Rush looking to get into the backfield here. He gets around the defender, but actually didn't. And Eddy Rush moving to the opposite side of the line. They hand it off to the back. And Rush helps out with the tackle. A hurry up again. The school is very notorious for their hurry up dangerously. And they're gonna give it off to the running back. Once again with the hurry up. Eddy Rush looking to get into the backfield, but he's just getting blocked by that fullback. And the head coach called a timeout to call some Wildcats over, just so they could change the play, because the hurry up was not stopping. Kansas State couldn't even stop him, and the screen was a fail. But for some reason, doing a hurry up, you have to expect that they might be audibling this play. And they give it off to the back again, and fighting for extra yardage, but Anderson is put down. Doing another timeout because they're trying to find a play that will work. And for some reason, the defensive coaches keep on saying that he wants his guys to blitz. And Eddy Rush almost getting in the backfield, but they only get 1 yard gain on 4th and 6. Alright, we're back out here with another defensive drive, and it looks like they're playing some zone now. Rush has actually noticed the play, and it looks like they have flipped it. And he actually put himself into some zone coverage when he was supposed to blitz him. As the hurry up continues to affect the freshmen and many of the Wildcat players. Speaking of a Wildcat, he got in the backfield, but look who got it. The fullback that's been blocking Eddy Rush all day. He also worked on his block shedding in practice. And he could have got that tackle, but he dove slightly way too early. And the hurry up continuing to tire out the Wildcats defense. A man in motion. Wide receiver is set. And they give it off to the back. And Eddy Rush helped bring down Harrison on that play, but it's too late. He already picked up a first down. And Anderson is averaging at least 7 yards a carry. Until there, he lost 2 yards. Finally, we saw almost all the defensive players get a drink of water. They look tired. The sun is blazing down on them. And all they can really do is hope for the hurry-up game to slow down. But they give it to Anthony Miles, and Anthony Miles was a dangerous wide receiver last year. And his brother is actually in this school too, playing corner. They give it off to the fullback, and Rush could have got his first tackle there, but got tripped up. And the hurry up once again affecting Rush and the whole entire defense. And it looks like Eddy Rush is trying to pull off a corner look. And look who's on the run. Carmen picks up 2 yards on his QB scramble, and Eddy Rush is just trying to find any way to get into that backfield. And it looks like the defense got offsides. But it was actually the offense. Both people flinched, but the offense had it coming. And Eddy Rush, trying to catch him flinching. Gets in the backfield rather quickly. Gets a sack on the play. Eddy Rush, his 3rd sack of the season. He got 2 in his first game. And here he is, a tackle and another QB. Showing that they should probably stick to the running game and not try to throw the ball out. You're going to be meeting Rush more than once in your backfield. Tries to pull off a corner look. Screenplay. Eddy Rush read that perfectly, even though he was on the other side. Casper Ingram gets only 1 yard. And then look at this. They're going for it on 4th and 16. But Eddy Rush is reading the play. And he's actually moving back over. Eddy Rush rushing in. But trips up on the play. Could this be fatal? It is. Robert Fisher gets an amazing touchdown to tie the game. But the Wildcats get into the end zone. And we're under a minute in the 2nd quarter. And Eddy Rush actually working to his way on the outside. And tripped. Offense now doing a timeout. 32 seconds to go in the final quarter. I mean 2nd quarter, I am sorry. I am horribly sorry. And right there, Eddy Rush actually switches to corner and linebacker. That instantly, that's one of the players he is. You don't have to put him in that position. He'll put himself in that position. If he's reading it right, he can do some damage on defense. He can play every position out there. He's reading the man over here. And what a smart play. Getting him. That's the fullback that's been blocking him all game, and he got to put on the own hurt as the 2nd tackle of the game. First one came off a sack. So far, his first tackle's been sacks. And right here, he could have got his 2nd one, but the hole that he could have gotten through closed up pretty quickly. And now, Ed Ziski gets his catch and batted around. No Wildcat could grab it. 4th and 1. And they did a fake, looks like a fake punt. And it is. Could he be accurate? They have an accurate QB at kicker, but it's only 2nd and 1. And that was kind of strange. Why would you punt it on 1st and 10? That's automatically being read as a fake. And that is a screen and off target. Looks like his focus was thrown off by the 6'7" tall lineman, and he's reading the play. Very good read, but he was just reading the wrong receiver this time. And right here, he's actually going back over on this side, and he gets the running back. That's his 3rd tackle. And looks like he's throwing himself right back on that side. Can he do damage is the question. He cuts up. And look at that. Batted away. Wildcats freshman has been showing to be a great asset to this already great defensive team. And they give it off to the running back, but Anderson is caught. 4th and 9. And the Wildcats are leading this one by 2 touchdowns, 7-21. Defense really got their head together. And after a freshman did a few big plays, the rest of the team seemed to follow. So that's when you know you have a naturally born leader on your team. Gives it off to the running back, and he could have got his 4th tackle, but he messed up. He had a gain of 7 on that run there. 3rd and 1. Eddy Rush reading this play. He did see it was a run, but he thought he was going to go over to that side. And he is breaking this one for a long one. Oh my goodness. And I would not be surprised if they call a timeout. And there it is. Coach called the timeout. And the freshman actually did it at the exact same time. So, great minds must be thinking alike here. Throws it. Completion. 1st and goal. Hurry up. No surprise here. This team is notorious, like we said earlier. And it looks like that continues to be a danger zone. QB scrambles. And the freshman gets a tackle, but he falls into the end zone. But it looked like his knee was down on the 1 yard line. Look at this. How the freshman just cuts up and dives for the ankles of the QB. Right there. Oh, he does break the plane. Wildcats defense needs to start making big plays like they were in the second. But we are in the third quarter now. And freshman broke out of the block, but then he got reblocked by the same man. He could have had that tackle. But he almost had a tackle that stopped the touchdown, but he actually tripped up the QB to make the touchdown. Gives it off to the running back. Anderson picks up only 2. Freshman trying to make his own play. And he does. Catches him in the backfield. He is just having an excellent game in his second game, going up against actually a decent college team. And it shows like just because he went up against a sucky one doesn't mean that he can't do it against a good team. And right here we're seeing that he can go up against normal teams. And another hurry up here. And it looks like Eddy Rush once again trying to make his own plays. And he does see that it is the QB, but he couldn't get around. Gain the 7 and a first down for the raging. Yeah. Fuck, what's the second part of their name? And the QB fakes the handoff, running it up the field himself. And he tried to cut around, but Josh gets the tackle. Josh Freeman, I'm sorry, gets the tackle. And it looks like Eddy Rush waiting for the QB to snap it. And he does! And he actually misses the tackle, and they hand it off to the run. And Anderson breaking this one. And now ULL is only under by 1 touchdown. Now they could tie it up here. That's if the Wildcats defense can stop the offense. And the freshman got in the backfield rather quickly. He got tripped up again. Only if he could capitalize on how quickly he can get into the backfield. That's been some of his problems that we've been seeing early in the season. And he's very excellent at reading the ball. And we've seen him make some of his own big plays, like going to a side that's already congested with defenders. And look at that. 2 people get in the backfield rather quickly, but just his teammate gets there before him. 3rd and 16, and this is a long possession. Wildcats got in the backfield. He could have had a sack, but he missed it. But ULL still has a chance to tie up the game, to bring this into overtime. And he almost jumped off sides there. Freshman QB just got out of it. And Rush still trying to get his stats up. He has 3 sacks on the year already. And amazing catch there. Caught it off the deflection. And that's a big play by the man that's been blocking Rush all the times that he stood there. And Eddy Rush, oh the fuck, did he miss that tackle? I'm sorry. Anyways, Eddy Rush missed the tackle that he could have made them be in the backfield or at least not get as many yards. And oh my god, 2nd time in a row, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the defense. They need to literally drive the length of the field to get even a field goal range. And he's reading, sees it, almost got a pick 6, but he couldn't hold it in his hands. 2nd and 10. 16 seconds to go. This is where Eddy Rush is dangerous. He sees you when you're vulnerable. And he did it there, getting his second sack, making it 4 total sacks out of 2 games. That's mean he's been meeting a whole lot of QBs. And look at this! Eddy Rush pushed him out slightly. 4th and 7. Can number 7, Eddy Rush, make a big play here. Looks like he's moving himself here, but then he's moving himself back. Look who he saw was open. It's a turnover and downs, 4 seconds to go. No surprise here, the Wildcats won this game by a touchdown lead. And one of the plays of the games was this one right here that literally made the QB hurting. He was not throwing right after that remaining 16 seconds left on the clock. But a big game by the starting QB once again today. Wright has been tearing it up through the air and probably will continue to the rest of the season. And how will Eddy Rush continue throughout his young season? Already racking up some decent yardage, decent sacks for a freshman. The only other freshman to have 4 and plus sacks in his freshman 2 games was Lawrence Taylor and Ray Lewis. So will he be one of the next greats, or is it just a phase?